Hey, everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. And, you're here riding all the way up in the elevator with us to the 10th floor. There's no music today. The music is broken.
Music is broken, huh?
They had to cut some of the staff back at General Hospital because, times are hard. Things are expensive. So.
Well, this is what they should do, Matt.
Yeah.
When Chase has his number one single, they just need to loop it in the elevator.
There we go. I mean, they could just give it to the hospital.
Exactly.
No licensing, no royalties, nothing like that.
No.
I'm with it.
I mean, why not? I mean, Elizabeth seems
totally
to think you can go back to work with no clearance. So why wouldn't you just be able to look that?
Well, I mean, Elizabeth is just crazy, okay?
Poor Liz.
She is just absolutely bonkers at this point. Just absolutely.
Poor Liz. Poor Liz.
And that's what you see when you step off the elevator. You look to the right over at the nurse's station and you can see Liz going, "Hey, you Britt, just let me go treat the patients."
I know. My gosh. No, I was like, when all that happened, I was like, I'm just still thinking the DID thing.
I mean, I hope so. Or is she just having just a mental break?
Maybe the altar is the one that signed her out.
Maybe the walls.
Maybe the altar's at the hospital.
The walls are thinning between Liz and Biz, and we just don't know who is who. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. The chat is just popping already, Ma. Let's say hello.
Hi, you guys.
Let's say hello to Chandra. Let's say hello to the Tomlin family. I don't know who's representing the Tomlin family this week, but hello to you all. Sandy, Jacarius, Irma. Jacarius says that Liz ain't well, and that's true.
Ain't that the
Lola's
truth?
mom is here. Hey, Lola's mom. Leanne, look at that. Leanne wants a shout out to the One Life to Live DID. Woo!
Yeah.
Best DID story in soap history.
Oh man, that DID story on One Life to Live was so good. They just went back to it all the time, right?
We're just never going to kill this person. She's always going to slide back into it every time.
Oh yeah. Vicky turning into slutty Nikki, I loved it. And when she would be Jean too, oh man, it was all good. It was all good. And then her kids Jessica wound up like that too. She had the DID too.
I mean, the references that occur, the references that occur in my head, man.
Matt, it was DID-licious.
It was DID-licious. DID-licious. Just the references that crossed through my head. You're talking about Vicky and how she kept on going back to these different personalities and how fun it was. And my first thought was Mick Foley from wrestling, who did like Man Can and Cactus Jack and Dude Love. And every time he get hit in the head, he'd come back as somebody different.
Yep. Taco and all that.
Yes. Oh, man. I don't even know if that reaches our audience. I don't know. Max might. Max's birthday today is today, by the way. Happy birthday, Max.
What? How old is Max? Is he double digits?
8, I think 8.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to you.
Leanne says birthday week, so maybe it's not today. Oh, today is the day. Okay, confirmed. Happy birthday, Max.
Happy birthday, dear Max, and never stop doing your updates. Happy birthday to you.
We gotta get Marshall out here singing happy birthday, or playing happy birthday on the what did he play? He played the what? Oh gosh, I forgot. Clarinet. The clarinet. He's been off the TV for so long, I forgot what instrument he played.
You didn't mention, huh? All the Ashfords are kind of missing this week, except for Trina.
Yeah, Trina was around. Trina got spared from the pool. Chandra, I do remember the Rock and Sock connection. That was a lot of fun. Did you know that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was only a wrestler for like 5 years?
Yeah.
It was a very, very short time. Anyway.
I tell you what, though. Doggone, ain't he a movie star?
He sure is. Highest paid man in Hollywood.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson, you're a movie star. And I saw this week, Dad and I went to the movies this week, Matt. Can you believe that nonsense?
Oh, my God.
Daddy and I went to the movies. We haven't been to the movies together in years.
I know.
So, there was a big trailer for Dwayne Johnson movie.
Okay.
Big old long trailer for it. Marvel kind of thing.
Oh yeah. He's going to be Black Adam or something.
Yeah, my gosh, he's gonna be able to keep him. He could just make a bed out of money. He don't.
The Rock never been on a soap opera that I know of, but he was on Star Trek Voyager, and that's enough for me. Goodness. Oh, goodness
Oh,
gracious.
and by the way, the movie we went and saw, you guys, and I do highly recommend it. If you at all or have had somebody at all in your family that was an Elvis Presley fan, I went and saw the Elvis movie. It's good. It's super, super good. I loved it. But Elvis, of course, I'm old enough to be alive when he was alive, and that's, he'd been gone a long time now. But the first music I ever recall hearing as a child that I can, remember 45 on the turntable was an Elvis 45 on my mother's. So, I love Elvis Presley. And I think
follow that dream wherever that dream may
go.
Follow that dream wherever that dream may go.
Yes.
You know who has a dream?
Who has a dream?
Victor Cassadine has some sort of dream.
He sure does. Oh my gosh, he's gnarly.
Isn't he though? See, I don't know what his dream is though. I mean, I assume it has to do with global warming, but then also he's like actively trying to kill the Spencers. So I don't know.
Yes. Whatever his plan is, Luke and Laura need to be dead for it, huh?
Right? I mean, already so far Luke is gone. Luke is ashes. Luke is in Scotty's lungs. Is where Luke is.
Yeah. Well, that's not where Luke really is, but yeah.
Luke is
Luke is not.
I don't know.
Did you know, I heard you guys in the chat, have you guys heard this? That Anthony Geary has come out of retirement a little bit.
Oh.
And he did some kind of streamy thing.
Did he?
He did some kind of, little acting in a streamy thing. I don't remember what it was, you guys. I don't even know if it's out there.
Probably something super ultra really strange and odd. I just can't imagine Anthony Geary coming to some sort of like playing like a Mickey Blue Eyes or something,
No, he certainly ain't going to be on Second Salem or something like
right.
that. So I heard that he did something in acting, something small, short, streamy thing.
Yeah.
What's that tell me? And if he didn't leave his home to do it either. He didn't come to the U.S. He was in Amsterdam when he did this. So I think there's real hope. There's real hope for him to at least have a quick cameo back on GH.
Maybe.
I do.
Maybe. That'd be really cool. I mean, people would melt if they saw Tony Geary back on their GH screen. Lola's mom says that she saw it, and then Judy also says that she saw it too. Kat, I don't know. I don't know if you guys actually saw the thing. Did you see that thing, or did you just see that he did a thing?
I just saw that he did a thing. I don't know about it.
Lola's mother. And see, I don't know what Lola's mom's name is, so I feel like I have to call her Lola's mom. I don't want to just call her Lola because that's wrong. Let's see. And Sonia Eddy and the actor who plays Felix were also in that video, according to Chandra. So hey, look at that.
Oh yeah. I did read that. I didn't know about the Sonia Eddy part. I didn't know about that, but I did know about Samuels, right?
I think it's his last name. I don't know.
But yeah, I heard he was on that. Like Felix was on there too. Yeah, I heard that. So, but that gave me hope that, so maybe he is open to doing something.
Yeah. I mean, that would be really cool. That would be super cool. Okay, Lola's mom's name is Wendy, so I'm just going to try to remember that.
Wendy?
Wendy, yeah.
Well, that's easy to remember. Just, Peter Pan Wendy.
Oh, that's true.
That's how I remember everything. That's how I remember things, though, is I associate it with something in that. Like,
some sort of TV character.
Yeah. And
the name Jason's really easy to remember.
Yeah, Jason.
Oh gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh goodness! Oh my God! So I mean, honestly, we really have like 2 weeks of General Hospital to talk about because we didn't talk about it last week because we were busy talking to Fido Xavier.
I know we were busy talking to Fido last week, and Matthew had to run off and take off, so we couldn't spend another 20 minutes or nothing because I don't know why you seem to think you need to have a life as well on Sunday, but whatever.
I mean, it's just like it's a weekend day and there's only 2 days afforded to us to cram our lives in after work.
I
It's
know.
just, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But that was a
You're
good
super.
time, though. I mean, to me, like, I'm not trying to disparage the actors that we've had on the show, but that to me was probably the most fun that I've had talking to somebody that works on the show so far.
Well, it was really fun because he was just he was excited to tell us, for one thing. He was
Yeah.
enjoying telling us.
Yeah.
And he was just very open. I loved it.
I think what really helped us with that, and what helped me specifically, I guess, when it comes to the joy of the conversation, was being able to talk to Fido means that I was able to talk about more of the show. I was able to talk about actors and writing and set design and all this kind of different stuff. And then when while talking to Kathleen Gaddy is amazing and super fun, and I would love to have her back and just hear her take on everything that's happened on the last year and everything that she's been up to on her cooking show and stuff. We're limited to talking about just her, right? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You know, we could talk about how much fun she has with Scotty, how much fun she has with Britt, but it's still always Gaddy Central, which is wonderful. And come back. I should email her.
Yeah, you should.
I should.
Man, email Fido too and ask him if Carolyn will come on. Maybe he can encourage Carolyn to come on.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
Man, I would love to have Diane on here.
Can I ask y'all something? Jacarius wants to know: Is it too old to send fan mail to a soap actor? Absolutely not. They still love that. On Twitter, recently, a couple of Twitter users got together and sent like a care basket and some flowers to Nina, to Cynthia Watros. And she actually went on Twitter with a video and said, "Thank you to everybody who sent this. I love the flowers," and blah, 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 blah. And then from the conversations that we've had with like Ken and with Kathleen and just, little pieces here or there at like conventions and stuff, they absolutely love hearing from the fans. And I think Fido really hit it on the head when he said it last week. They make the show for us. As much as we want to dissect it and say that we hate it and all that kind of stuff, our enjoyment is the intent.
Yes.
So
I think so. Especially like pen to paper kind of mail.
Mm-hmm. Handwritten
paper,
letter for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I think that. There's just a different level of there's a different level of personalness.
Yeah.
And there's a different level of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Just to close out the Anthony Geary talk, he appeared in the latest episode of the YouTube series This Show Sucks, Truth and Consequences, which I've actually seen a couple of links for. I think a number of GH actors go and do that. So
I love that.
Gives me hope.
And I know that Anthony Geary, Luke ain't never going to come back and be on, like on contract and he's just back. That's not going to happen. I know that. Mm-hmm. But 2 or 3 days of squashing Victor, I'm all for it.
Right. Jacarius, you are absolutely welcome. Just, whatever you do, whether it's writing to the show or anything that you even do for yourself, here's some life advice that I have learned over the years. Do it because you want to, do it because you like it, do it because it's going to make you happy, but don't do it expecting a certain result. Don't do it expecting them to write you back. Don't do it expecting them to invite you to the studio, but do it because you want to. Do it because you want to share your love. And I think that feeds into everything too, When I was in high school, look at us talking about life and not the show this week. When I was in high school, I was doing plays. I was a theater nerd, is what I did. And one of the first shows was The Crucible. And of the 3 performances, one of the nights, nobody that I knew or was related to was going to come. That doesn't mean that they didn't come over the 3-night run, but there was one night where I didn't know anybody. And I had mentioned that to the director, Lucian Vinci. And he goes, well, you can go out there and do it because you wanted to, or you can go out there to try to impress your family. Why are you here? And that kind of set the course. I did it because I wanted to. I was the one that was spending all that time after school, not to make my mom smile, but because it gave me something to do and I enjoyed it. So
you loved it. From the very first production you did in the fifth grade, it bit you.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Bit you. You loved it.
And that's why I do this podcast. For the attention, to make my mother smile and for people to love me. Everybody
Okay.
love me, please. Please. You compliment Mom so much, and I'm the one that gets in trouble on Twitter. So please, just tell me that you love me. I feel like the Frank Moran of this show. Oh gosh. Okay, so hey, let's listen here. Daisy.
Growth brings haters, Matt. Growth brings haters. Right?
It does. Daisy Flower
Yeah.
40 has a contribution that I think we should jump off with.
Okay.
I think Carly, she says. I think Carly. Metro Court storyline makes no sense. Both of her children are extremely rich, and Joss has a trust that she could borrow from. Carly continually keeps on saying no to people who are trying to help her.
Boy, and everybody wants to help her, huh?
Like Drew was like, hey, I'll help you. And she's like, no, that's a stupid plan. That's as stupid as my plan was, which I'll give her. That is a dumb plan. I'm going to offload my most profitable asset at a time where my stock is plummeting. No. She'll probably refuse from Michael just because she's like, I'm your mother. You can't save me. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah, I don't think she's so she had Olivia talking to her, right?
Yeah.
And then Ned said the same thing without her there.
Mm-hmm.
That he was willing to help her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sonny wants to help her.
You know, I mean, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Sonny wants to help her. And who else wants to help her? Drew wants to help her.
Drew wants to help her out of her pants, is what he wants.
Yeah.
They're trying to go for romance here. Okay, so Drew and Carly. Drew and Carly and their spot. Their spot is the pool. Their spot is putting their feet in the pool and sharing a drink. That's what they're doing now. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to be all cutesy with it. But these people are 55. How cute can you be at 55?
I don't know, y'all. I think you're pretty damn cute if you try.
I'm just saying that the way that they're treating each other, the way that they're like, it just feels like they're college students, you know?
Yeah.
Like just the
experience and don't know, right?
Yeah, like the excitement around. Oh, what is this that I'm feeling? I've never felt like this. But come on.
I know, right?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever come to the other side of it. Maybe one day I'll support it. I liked Drew better this week than I did last week.
Okay.
Listen, all right. So here's my theory. Here's what I think is going on. Okay, this is what I think is happening. All right.
Okay.
They had Drew in the cave. Okay, in the jail cave, and that was like
in the jail cave where when he was just
doing push-ups and missing Scout.
Yeah, writing Scout on the wall and stuff.
Yeah. So they had that Drew, all right? And then they're like, okay, cool. All right, this was fun. This was action Drew. Action figure G.I. Drew, right?
Action figure G.I. Drew.
Right? And then that was over. And then they burned the tarot cards and Peter died and all that's gone. All that's gone.
Yep.
Okay. And then like, well, now what do we do with him? He's not trying to kill people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just have him be like, I'm excited to be home. Hey, everybody, it's me, Drew. I'm back. You see, I'm not dead. I loved Sam, but I got over that pretty quick. Now we're just co-parents. You know, that guy. Right? He was sniffing glue every day. I don't know. He turned into Hallmark Drew, says Elegant. Thank you, Elegant. Hallmark Drew. He turned into Hallmark Drew. I like it. It's true.
Well, hasn't he done like, I don't know, hasn't Cameron done so many Hallmark movies?
Isn't he like Captain Lifetime Hallmark, right?
Yeah, big time.
How many times has he found love at Christmas? I don't know.
Just like Nathan Peavy too.
Yeah, he does a lot with them now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And of course, Chase does.
It's like a whole different soap circle.
Josh Swigert.
Josh Swigert. Anyway, so they're doing all that, right? And the people aren't buying it. People aren't enjoying it. People are constantly being like, "This Drew sucks." Let's just say it how it is. Now that's what they're saying. Does he have moments of coolness? Sure. All right.
Yes, he has moments of coolness, but he is too. I
get it.
He's just too Ryan Lavery.
That's exactly what Jakari has just said. All I can see is Ryan Lavery in Port Charles. So there's that. Okay? And then they're getting this. They're listening to this. They are noticing the fan reaction. And it's not positive. People aren't really enjoying it. I'm sure there's a section out there that loves it to bits, but for the most part, people aren't really liking it. So what I think they're doing is they're like, oh, you're the Lila. You're the Lila. And he's like, yeah, I'm the Lila. Oh, man, the Lila's not working out. Oh, God, being the Lila's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm going to be the Drew now. I don't know. But I feel like they might be pulling back off of the extreme positivity. I'm going to help you, Drew.
They need to give him. They need to give him some kind of adventure, danger, some kind of adventure, some kind of something to give him some more edge, because he's like a s'more around the, he's like at the campfire with a snore. He couldn't be more sweet. Okay.
Sincerely.
Oh my gosh.
He's just a stack of saccharine Drew.
I'm gonna get cavities.
On there for a moment, but I'm right on back.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, hey, I'm back. Let's see. The Redos don't know what to do with Drew. I'm sure they have an idea of what they wanted to do with Drew, but it's just not really panning out the way that they were hoping it to. I can see how they were like, oh man, this is going to be a wonderful, new, exciting romance for Carly. These two characters are going to finally come together, and this is kind of like her replacement Jason, and on paper, I think it makes sense. Just when it comes to the actual production of the scenes and such, it's just not really working out. That's just my opinion, though.
And I actually think, too, I think that when they hired him and decided to resurrect Drew, when they hired him, Steve Burton was still part of the show, and there was no indication of him leaving yet.
No.
So what they initially had ideas for the twins,
yeah,
they had to throw away.
Right. I feel
their intentions for the character, kind of fell through with Steve Burton leaving, and they've had to write something other than what they initially had planned.
Yeah, I feel like Drew was going to be more of a problem for Sam and Dante. And Drew is going to start winning that battle a little bit. And then that makes Jason be like, I know that I'm with Carly and fighting for Carly against Sonny right now, but that's still my lady. But
you just misspoke and you said Jason.
Right? No, I'm saying that if Jason had been on the show still.
Oh, okay.
Because Drew would have been trying to be with Sam, right? And then Jason would have been with Carly, but then Jason wouldn't like that Drew was being with Sam because Sam is really Jason's girl. And it just was going to be this really complicated web of just like main event love with Nina and Carly and Drew and Jason and Sam. And I really, really feel like that was the direction that they were going to be going with. But Steve Burton ruined that for everybody. And
well, doesn't the streaming show, the Salem show, I think it releases on Monday, doesn't it? You can able to view it on Monday.
Something. I don't know. I think that it either just came out or is coming out very soon. I don't know.
I think it's the 12th.
Okay.
I believe unless I'm crazy.
Tuesday? I don't know. Somebody in the chat will know.
But yeah, someone in the chat. Well, yeah, but I think it comes out real soon.
It's okay, Kelly. It's okay that you're late. We're still here. We're still talking. Beyond Salem premieres tomorrow, says Shikarius. And
there you go. I'm going to watch it.
Let's see. And then Carolyn wants to know where Austin is. I think Roger Howarth is filming something else. I think he picked up a secondary project doing something.
Yeah,
so that's where Roger Howarth is. I think he's on set somewhere else right now. He was doing something. I swear I saw he was doing something. And I'm sure there's a major Roger Howarth fan in chat right now that can tell us as well.
We don't see much of him lately. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, let's go back to what we were talking about before.
Sure.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, holy smokes, you guys.
Yeah, let's open these elevator doors once again and take a look at Crazy Biz.
Yeah, it's Crazy Biz. And, I know that in the past, Britt has been ugly to people.
Yes.
She was quite good at it.
Oh.
But she has, she's much better. She's much better. And she didn't deserve all that.
Mm-hmm.
All that. You're still the Britchy and you're Britchier and all that stuff.
Yeah, Britchiest you've ever been, you Britch. It's like they really wanted to say the B word a bunch of times on daytime TV, and that's the way to get around it.
But you can say that word if you want to, lots. Can you
say it several times in one sentence? Can you say this is the bitchiest
We
you've ever
even
been, you
heard
stupid
Sonny,
bitch?
son of a
I don't
bitch.
think you can.
You even heard Sonny say "son of a bitch" before.
And then he throws the glass.
Yeah.
Every time. It's his catchphrase before breaking something. Hey, Janet, thanks for coming and enjoying us. We enjoy you too, Janet. Thank you, Janet.
So anyway, she was so crazy, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's super nuts. She's just super nuts, throwing puzzle pieces everywhere, all right? Having visceral reactions to the mention of her parents. Still being in crazy grief with Franco, which I buy, all right? Because she suppressed it. She held it down. She didn't experience the way that she should have, and it broke her.
Yeah. And I think every time someone mentions her parents, which was what would happen right before she checked herself out.
Like, what do you think happened to her, Ma? Do you think they like put cigarettes out on her or something? Like, what the heck?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't think it's going to be all that awful, other than she feels very cast aside by her parents.
Yeah.
That the parents wanted to save the world, but didn't want to raise her.
It's going to be
So
that
why
basic.
did they bother? Why did they bother have children if they were just going to kick them to Gramps and Gran's house anyway? They were out there to save the world, but they don't want to save. If they don't even want to, raise, or if you want to say save, their own children. And maybe that's just her big thing is, she's just always felt unloved.
I've been alone this whole time anyway, Mom and Dad.
And what happened when they kind of threw her away to Gran and Gramps' house?
She became a cigarette smoking crazy person on a boxcar train who was assaulted.
And yeah, she got raped in the park.
Gotta bleep that out for the broadcast.
And so, maybe she blames her parents for that too.
I don't know.
Maybe she wouldn't have been in that circumstance, in that environment in the first place, if they had wanted to if they'd have bothered. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna. I think her parents are gonna show back up. Definitely her dad. Her
Time
mom was
will
never
tell. Lots and lots and lots of time will tell.
Her mama is not a character on the show that I can recall. I don't think.
I mean, not that I know of either.
Liz's mom was ever on there.
Well, maybe this is going to be the first time.
But, her dad, Jeff Weber, was on there for years.
Right. Carolyn wants to know, do you think if Liz was abused and abandoned by her parents and such, and that's why Audrey raised her? No, I mean, I truly don't think so. I think, Ma, I think you're right on that. I don't think it's going to be anything that's particularly super controversially dangerous or anything like that.
I don't think so either.
And Chandra confirms, yes, her mom has never been seen. Her grandparents and the Spencers were her family. And that's all she's had.
Yep. That's all she's had.
Yeah.
But she didn't show up in Port Charles until she was a teenager.
Right. And who knows how much neglect had she received up until that point? We don't know. We don't really know, do we?
Don't know.
I mean, maybe she could have been a latchkey kid for months at a time. Just coming home, making herself her own Kraft mac and cheese and hot dog pieces after school. Making sure that she does her own homework and her own laundry.
And her parents are always, I've got to go help. I've got to go help. I've got to go help. I've got to go do. I've got to go do.
Right.
And her and her sister are about, well, what about us?
What about us?
We don't want to watch
all the things we've been through. Yeah.
A Brady Bunch all afternoon, all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, they needed Alice. They needed an Alice. Oh God! So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. It didn't Liz follow her sister? I can't recall her name.
Sarah. Sarah's a sister.
Sarah.
And both of them were just,
See, this whole time I thought she was talking about Greenlee. See how disconnected I am from Elizabeth's past.
No, she didn't know Greenlee. She didn't know she had a sister in Greenlee, and
well, Hayden
until she showed up. That was a revelation. She learned she has a half sister.
Yes. All right. So yeah, I don't know what happened to Sarah. Is Sarah dead? Did Sarah?
No,
die?
Sarah is in another part of the country. I believe Sarah's a doctor.
Well, hey, you know what? Let's do this thing. Let's bring
Sarah,
Hayden back.
Sarah is a doctor or a nurse like her sister.
Let's bring Hayden back. Let's bring Sarah back. Let's bring Jeff and Claudia. I don't know who I don't know.
Carol, I believe the character, her mother's name is Carol.
Let's just do it. Let's just bring him. Let's just Weberize this place.
Oh yeah.
The web of Webbers will be
They
thick.
can be web of Webbers, yes.
And then we're gonna find out that Cody's really a Weber, you know. And
how are we gonna find out Cody's a something?
Cody's a something. Cody's a something connected because he goes, I'm where I want to be, bro. Where I want to be.
Yeah.
Doing the job I want. It's exactly where I want to be. Why do you want to be exactly there, Cody?
All right.
I gotta fix the lighting situation on this podcast, Ma. I just do not appreciate looking like Casper any longer.
Well, that's why I started the ring light in here, because it was like too much. Oh, Matt, you funny.
This is Vogue the whole time. There we
go.
Vogue. Oh my God. Let's see. We talked about Drew and Carly already. Victor has Charlotte. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, Vic. Oh, that Victor.
So he has, but doesn't have her. All right, like it's a loose captivity.
Well, he does have her in some capacity because that's how he's controlling Valentin.
That is how Captain Francois Geppardot
became
to frame. What's her name?
And I hate to say it because I know there's so many fans out there that, man, the Vanna fans, right?
Oh yeah, rabid
the
Vanna fans
are a thick tribe.
They stand for no disparaging, not even subtle or hinted disparaging of Vanna whatsoever.
It seems to me like I don't think they're gonna make it together, you guys. He's messing it up already, and Anna's getting close to figuring out that he's not being honest because in the phone call she had in the park. So she's already figuring out that he checked himself out of that hospital far sooner than he led me to believe he was there.
What were you
so
up to?
Distrust already.
What were you up to?
It doesn't matter, distrust. So I do think
we're framing Jennifer Smith. I know it.
I do think that Uncle Victor is somehow keeping Charlotte away from her.
Oh, he is.
Just keeping her away, blackmailing him in some way.
Valentin straight up said, and maybe you don't recall, you missed it, but he said he straight up said, she's at a boarding school that you are paying for, that only you can get her out of. She doesn't even know that she's being held captive by you. But all I can do is call or text, and you will not let me see her.
Yes.
And then Victor was like, "Oh, your daughter's not going to like that very much now, is she?" Right? Yeah. And then Valentin was like, "I'm going to cut your throat, old man."
Yeah. He sure was. It was funny. Yeah, man. But that's got to be he's got some big leverage on Valentin, though, doesn't he? He's got to have something big.
I mean, he's got Charlotte. He's literally got Charlotte.
But why is he going to these great lengths?
Oh, the weather machine. I don't know. See, that's the big mystery stuff. That's still
I don't know either. And I don't, and he already knows that Valentin failed and didn't poison Laura.
Oh,
he's going to kill her right there in front of Kelly's. What's wrong with you? Gosh, Valentin.
Oh, goodness. So,
and this is what I really believe is what saved Laura and made him knock that ice. Well, he was about to knock her teeth out with that dang thing, too. He was bringing it to her mouth. Anyway, he was going to kill her.
Yes. And he didn't because
a little bit about Lulu. But I think, of course, that's what she said after, I'm trying to take as much as I can, the spot of her mother. But I think what made him decide to knock the glass out of her hand was the care package.
Oh, yeah.
Just because. He's concerned about her needs not being met. No, I was basically, her answer was basically, I was just being a grandmother.
No, I was just loving her. I was just sending her a book and things that she likes.
Yeah, just sending her one of her books from the author she loves and probably some Oreo cookies.
Yes.
So I think that's what changed his mind. And I think that going forward, since it didn't work out, Uncle Victor's going to be pissed about it. I think he's going to kidnap Laura.
Yeah, he's going to do something. He's definitely not going to just shoot her in front of Kelly's. I mean, that's
I
not
think
what's going to happen.
he's going to kidnap her and hold her somewhere. Maybe he'll go put her with the crying lady in Crete.
Ooh, just throw her in there with Hayden. Just, Laura? Hayden? Yeah, that's the scene I want. That's what I need. That's what I need on my daytime GH. What I also need on my daytime GH is for Chase and BLQ to just bone already.
Yeah.
The tension is thick. It's too thick.
You know,
I'm starting to drown in the tension.
Yeah, I've heard other viewers say the same thing. And, you know, hey, guys, I agree with you. My gosh, come on. You know, and in fact, I said it the other day when I was watching from Friday's show. You know, they're at the pool again, dancing around each other. If you guys don't hurry up and have your clothes fall off, I'm just not going to care anymore. You know?
And I can tell you that for me personally, because it's very easy for me to accept the show and what is being spoon fed to me. You guys know that. You've been listening to the podcast for a long time. It's very easy for me to do is just
for me for the most part.
Watch the show for what it is. So my problem isn't how long it's taking or the fact that they really haven't yet. My problem mostly is the fact that they have had the same problem in conversation over the last couple of months. On top of them talking about the fact that they have had the same problems in the same conversation over the last couple of months. If you know and we know and we're writing into the show that we've made no progress on this, then let's make some progress, right?
Yeah. They need to have them either get together or have them just not being interested in each other any longer.
Or just a more ridiculous and random sequence of events that constantly stops them. But I'm talking like Disney Plus level family comedy type of ridiculousness, where they know that they want it, they know that they're in love with each other, and just every time they lean in for that kiss, somebody gets shoved into the pool, Cody falls from the sky, the power goes out, Leo runs into the room with the boo-boo, like just, you know, lightning strikes nearby, like something.
Something. Yeah, they're I think they're at risk, though. I mean, because there's a lot of fans that really want to see them together, and, you know, but if they don't get off the pot soon, people aren't care.
So just that's all. If it was just something different every time, and if they actively had acknowledged the fact that they dig each other, they've gotten to the point where they inactively acknowledge it. It's not like they're going around going, "Ew, icky girls, ew, icky, yucky." They're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I don't want Brooklyn's cooties. Oh gosh, she's so gross. Of all the girls on the playground, I could pick somebody better.
Yeah. I mean, even his brother and his dad are saying, "What's the problem?"
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Just go out there and make out. What you do is you impose your will on women. That's how you get ahead in life, and that's how you get people to love you. I'm gonna go to Shady Brook right now. Kevin, I know that she doesn't want me. I know that she doesn't want to talk to me, and I know that I might be making things worse, but I'm a doctor. And I want to help, so let me help.
Exactly.
Ben, what is your problem?
What is your problem? Yeah. And we've seen just as many Finn Elizabeth kisses as we have BLQ and Chase kisses. They were kissy face on Friday, Elizabeth and Finn.
They were. But she's nuts, and he's desperate. I don't know what's going on with that. This is not a healthy relationship, and one that is not going to last or work out. I just don't think that we're going to get to the end of this story and have them go, we finally got to the end of all of these problems, and now we're in love. Oh, thank you so much for being there for me, Finn. That's not what's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either.
You just knew we're not good for each other. I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No, what?
Liz is playing Finn, says Carolyn. Maybe Biz has totally taken over, and now she's out for revenge. Now she's out with a plan.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I hope so, you guys. I want to see if they're going to do the DID thing, and that indeed is what's going on, and it seems to be. It needs to be One Life to Live crazy. I like it.
Well, let's hope.
And I also think Rebecca Herbst, quite capable of doing that. She acted her booty off. Yep.
Yeah. She is absolutely capable of that. But you know who else is capable of playing apps? Oh, no, what's up? You're going to say something?
Well,
Your finger was up like you were going to make a point.
I was going to just segue into everybody pushing each other in the pool.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Who was the first one that who pushed who first?
I believe it was Esme got shoved in first, I think. Either Esme or Nicholas. It's Spencer, excuse me. One of them two.
Yeah.
It was not Jocelyn. Jocelyn was last. I know that.
Yeah. And then Carly comes in and tells Spencer he can't come there no more. He and Esme have been their pool privilege has been revoked.
The thing is, though, they got shoved into the pool. Nor did they start that fight. That was not the time, in my opinion, to ban those two. They are the victims of Jocelyn.
Yeah, Jocelyn started that fight, but dang, how could you not be ready to fight with that dang Esme?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all she does is stir the pot, and that's what she wants to do. And that's what she and okay, so all of this feeds into stuff that she talked about. She stirs it, and I don't know. I'm curious to see where this goes, because in her conversation that she had with Kevin, her private conversation about Ryan, but was really about Esme. You know, like what compels him to do these things? Why can't he make regular relationships? And he's like, because she's crazy. Because there's something in him that just sees so much joy in manipulating the people around him. And Esme's like, oh God, that's me. I can't make friends. I can't actually bond with people. And I do like twisting people around me. So I'm just curious to see how all that's going to go and how that's feeding into things like today and now, because she's still doing that. Sure. Did Jocelyn start this particular argument? Yes. But did she start it because of Esme being who she is? Yes. So.
But everybody got pushed in the pool and all that stuff, but still they came away with what they wanted.
Yeah.
They had the glass of Laura's that she had just drank out of. So they have her DNA.
They have DNA.
And Josh's is very easy to get.
Because of her hairbrush?
Well, because she's always around anyway, you know. So it'd be pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. It's easy. So, you know, they're going to do that. And then now Spencer's going to pull a Valentin. You know? He's going to be like, oh, here's your mom instead of your daughter.
Yep.
Who's it going to be though? Is it going to be Luna from One Life to Live? Is that who they're going to pick as Esme's fake mom?
Esme's going to wind up being connected to somebody in town.
Well, yeah, as her real mom, but who's going to be her fake mom first?
Who's going to be her fake mom first? I don't know. Fake mom. I don't know.
Spencer called Jocelyn a porn queen. He did. He did call her that.
Yeah, he did. He kind of, you know, he overdid it on making it believable there. Didn't he?
Yeah, he overdoes it. He doesn't know really how to play.
Yeah, he overdid it. He's overdid it a couple of times with, you know, saying such ugly things, even though he didn't really necessarily mean them, or he was trying to manipulate the situation. He has said extra ugly things to Ava before too, unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You know, and he's done that to Joss now twice.
Yeah, well, he's really pushing it. I mean, he's Cassadine. He doesn't know how to be good, right? He's trying to be good by being bad. It's what they do. It's what they do. Kelly Public Cover says, please tell Ma that she looks very pretty today, and she's always pretty with a big heart. So, Mother, you look pretty today.
Thank you, Kelly.
And you're always pretty.
Thank you, Kelly.
Felicia, Esme's fake mom. Ava, Esme's real mom, says T. Cherie. Interesting. I don't know. Ooh, wouldn't that be strange?
Wouldn't that be something else?
Like that's why That's why Kevin had been targeting Ava, is because you're the mother of my child, and you just don't know it. That'd be weird.
I wonder if General Hospital. I wonder if the writers of General Hospital and Frank Valentini are. I wonder if they're not happy with their past decision of cutting Ryan's hand off, because now he can't do the switcheroo with his brother.
That's the whole thing. I don't know.
He can't do the switcheroo anymore with his brother, and like he has in the past.
Well, maybe we don't need to do that because he's done it every time.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, maybe. Elegant agrees. You look very pretty. We're just going to shower you in compliment and praise today, Mama.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah. Oh my God! You know who we didn't have this week, and I was really sad to see that we didn't have him this week because I loved seeing him on the previous week. Was Cyrus Renaud.
I know.
Just come on, Cyrus.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Come on, Cyrus. Cyrus and Marty, I just need him. I need him in my life.
You know, part of what made me say that I thought Laura was going to get kidnapped is, doesn't Jeannie usually take the month of August off?
I don't know.
You know, typically that month of the year she's not on canvas.
I don't really pay attention. I guess, well, I mean, she was off around last year, I guess, for the when she was in witness protection with Marty. You know, took some time off for that. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We will see.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
It's always a Christmas time comeback, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's usually like holiday time Laura comes back to town.
Yeah, like fall sometimes. Not necessarily, not always as late as Christmas, but usually she comes back into the fold around Halloween or something. And because of COVID, you know, last year, Finola didn't take off her time like she usually does.
No.
So maybe Uncle Victor going to take both of those women because they have both. They're a thorn in his side. Both of them are.
They are. Just both of them are too close to the truth.
Both of them. Maybe
it's entirely possible.
Both of them.
I mean, then the entire town will have to unite over trying to find those two. Unite in ways that they refuse to unite to save Trina.
It just makes sense going forward if they're going to have their normal hiatus time. These two lovely women.
No, because it's
perfect timing for Uncle Victor to put him in a cell phone.
Because Finola didn't take her normal like time, but then also like she's also not on a whole heck of a lot. You know, so you know maybe she has plenty of time.
Maybe
rather than taking time. I don't know.
And like Fido said too, right now they were
in a 3-week break.
3-week break.
Yeah.
And they have 5 weeks in the can.
And it's 3-week break, right? That's enough time to take a whole vacation.
It certainly is.
And come on back refreshed and ready to get back on the set to tell these tales. You know, you don't even need to take time off, right? Do you need months? I guess unless you have to go back to like England or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh gosh. Uncle Victor would toss Anna and Laura into a cell with Luke and Holly, says Chandra. That's riding up my mama's alley. That's what she'd love to see.
That's what I'd love to see.
Oh goodness.
I don't know. I don't think we would have seen Emma Samms back for sure, being Holly, and she might have had like a little run on the show. But because of COVID, I don't think Emma Samms is ever going to be able to come back.
Yeah.
Because she's long COVID.
And then she caught it again.
Yeah. So chances are she's going to have long COVID again. That girl's been battling that crap for like a year and a half. Poor thing. That's horrible. So I don't think Holly might be there. But, you know, crazy. It would be really cool though if they stuck her. If they put them in a cell with another chick that they don't like.
just what they do is before the hiatus, before they take their break, is they spend a couple of days just putting in the can a bunch of these scenes of just hateful argument and antagonism, but like in a fun, friendly way. See what Cody has on the show, right? That not a lot of the other characters have is an element of like not seriousness to him, you know? And I want to see more people like that. You know, like, I don't know, like, I feel like Felicia could play really good when it comes to, like, arguing, but still having love behind the argument. That kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Victor saved both Luke and Holly. Wake Up Lulu, says Alyssa, her theory. Victor Cassadine taking a page out of David Hayward's book. I'm going to turn around and be the hero by giving you your loved ones back. That's my plan. That's how I'm going to save the Cassadine future. People are going to love us, Valentin. You don't understand. But in order for us to do this, we must kill Laura. Her blood is the key.
Oh.
We're just going to get all super vampiric sci-fi.
Why not? Why not?
She's got a rare genetic marker, the one that I need to activate my serum. Like, let's go super just mad scientist with this.
Let's go super out there, weather machine, ice princess nonsense. Let's just go there.
Just a couple of drops of her blood right into my weather machine. Global warming will be a thing of the past.
I like it.
Kelly, I have been working on my Charles Shaughnessy voice since The Nanny. I can't tell you how many times I was just driving alone in my car going, Miss Fine, Miss Fine, Miss Fine. It's what I do. I'm a weird nerd, especially when I'm alone. You guys think I'm a weird nerd when I'm broadcasting? Just wait until I'm alone in my bedroom watching YouTube. Is Holly still kidnapped? Holly technically is dead. We'll see what happens. But technically, she has been killed. Ethan was like, I'm gonna go. He's Australian, right? I'm gonna go for. I'm Australian. I need that to settle into. I'm Australian. I'm gonna go find my mama. Oh, she's dead. They showed me a picture of her dying. Oh, I go, she's dead. Let's go home. Is pretty much how that went. Because she couldn't come.
That's a great character, man. I'd love to have him.
Because they filmed all the way up to that Monte Carlo stuff, but at the last moment couldn't get Emma Samms, and so they had to take a quick left turn with it.
I know. Doggone it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And I'm really not for them. I'm really not for GH recasting legacy characters. So I don't want to see that happen. You know, for a day or two because of illness, sure, why not? Yeah, absolutely. That's necessary at times, but just to recaster and have a whole new Holly, no.
No, we can't do that.
Not legacy characters.
Yeah, we can't do that. Oh, goodness. See, Alyssa thinks that Cody might be an undercover cop. He knows a lot of the criminal keywords like Faison, and he's something about a con, and then she deleted the message, so I couldn't finish reading it. Unfortunate. Why'd you delete it, Alyssa?
And his ears really perked up when he heard Sonny's name the first time.
Yeah.
And he got a little apprehensive when he actually saw him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he is an undercover cop. That would be an interesting turn. I'm for it. I'm for that. I'm going to go in and I'm going to make friends with my old friend who is on the force and try to use those contacts in a subtle way. You know, I don't know.
There's definitely more layers to Cody than we know. And he's not going anywhere, right?
No, and he's super interested in Zelda and Spinelli and what's going on with society setups and whatever's happening there.
And Mrs. Wu and gambling and all that.
Mrs. Wu, who is also buying up Port Charles bit by bit. I don't think suing them would be a good idea.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm blind as a bat. Well, the only reason why I was looking at what time it is because we have some big subject content to cover. Yeah. Mrs. Wu came in there that day too.
She sure did. I forgot the name of the celebrity cameo lady, and I was trying to look it up again.
So
yeah,
what they need to do first is just go ahead and print that label right now for next year's Emmy daytime. Okay? Go ahead and make that Emmy right now with Sophia Madsen on it. Nameplate, go ahead and make it now. Oh my gosh. It was so good. I loved so much about it.
My lamb, you're alive. Oh,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
a mother again.
And I wonder too, it's probably not, but I just wonder because man, she sold it so well. Is baby Liam her baby?
I mean, it
Is
might
that
have been.
Sophie's
I thought
baby?
the same thing too. Is that little baby Matson?
The age is about right, isn't it?
I guess. I don't know.
For month old, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe it was, but oh my gosh, her falling apart on screen like that was just so good, and falling apart on a stage like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I tell you what, those girls should have run up there. I don't care. Maxie's a lot more assertive than that. She ain't gonna let no one hold her back if she.
What do we do? What do we do? Oh, what a
she
danger,
like
travesty!
Middle finger and jumped up there and saved that girl. I wanted to jump up there so bad.
That's what they wanted you, Ma. They wanted you to go in there and save her.
Oh my gosh, that poor sweetheart. That poor sweetheart.
You cannot sue deception.
And Morgan, I forgot what the character's name was now.
Morgan Fairchild.
Morgan Fairchild. What an evil old thing, right?
I thought she was great, honestly. I thought that was a fun little thing.
Yes. I thought it was awesome. Well, she's so recognizable. Morgan Fairchild, just like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So recognizable.
Yeah.
No, she's a nighttime soap opera royalty. And I know she's been on another network and she's been on another daytime soap. I don't know what it is, but I do recall she was on it because I heard, but I didn't watch. I don't watch the other networks that much. But man, she was snarky and hateful, wasn't she?
I mean, not to start with, but like once her show's starting to get threatened from that bad performance. But man, oh my God, though, Ms. Wu, though, it's like when we sue your company for not doing your homework and subjecting this woman to tremendous stress. I mean, I don't know the exact quote, but my God, my goodness gracious.
I know. She set that girl a shaking and then turned on a dime and turned into
yeah. You need to control her better, Lucy.
Yeah. She turned on a dime. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, look at that.
Well, she's not a friendly lady.
Got a little empathy.
We never thought that she was a friendly lady, right?
And I thought, ooh, maybe Miss Wu, maybe she actually has some compassion. She's showing empathy.
Oh, gosh,
but then she turned on a dime and turned right back into herself.
There's no compassion and empathy there. We're just not going to have a lawsuit against my newest investment is what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I just need an Eartha Kitt off with Ava and Ms. Wu. That's just what I want and need. So, everybody start writing Mara West. Start writing, oh no. See, I can't remember names this morning. I don't know what's going on. I need Ginkgo biloba.
I don't think we've seen Miss Wu smile or laugh yet.
That's because she's not a smiling and happy lady. She's got far too much to do.
No, we haven't seen her smile at all.
Lydia, thank you.
We've seen her smirk, but we ain't seen her smile.
Yes.
And I don't think we've ever heard her laugh either.
She's going to smile when my theory comes true. And Lissa just said this in chat. So I want you to know, Lissa, that I'm not stealing from you. You just said this, wrote this mere moments before I was going to say it. Ms. Wu is going to smile when she buys up that Metro Court.
Well, yeah.
I don't think Nina's going to walk away with it. I think that's too obvious of the choice. I think Miss Wu's going to get it. And then Sonny's going to be like, oh, good, this is good. I'll just be like, hey, Miss Wu, just sell it back to me. Just say that it wasn't a wise investment. Just sell it back to Carly.
Mm-hmm.
No harm, no foul. Everybody's happy. And then she's going to go, you have no control over my holdings, Sonny.
Yeah. You have nothing to do with my financial.
Our arrangement has everything to do with the docks. And that is where it ends. And then Sonny's gonna be like, oh no, what do I do? Right?
Yep.
Being outmaneuvered, I need Jason. And then Brando will walk in and be like, I'll be Jason. I don't know what to do about my wife. She's having a breakdown. Oh my God. So Sasha.
Lucy should have jumped up there. Right away. As soon as they took that stupid baby thing out. Lucy should have she could have done it and taken her place so easily.
You are forgetting and not honoring the fact that they were on live television, one of their most important things that they have done up to this point, on this QVC of QVCs, with the Morgan Fairchild as somebody else, with the lady who makes the baby rap. You can't just jump up there and rip your representative off the stage like that. That's far too embarrassing. That's way too unprofessional.
You can't let somebody stand up there with a baby doll pretending it's real either. Holy crap.
Well, yes, of course that and Brando went right up there, didn't he? He sure did. But up until that point, there was no way of telling that Sasha was going to have that sort of break. It was going to be uncomfortable. It was going to be an unfortunate conversation. Maybe she was going to cry afterward. But they had no idea she was going to be like, my baby's alive. You have resurrected Liam. Oh.
They didn't think she was going to go crackers, but they knew it was going to be an awful experience regardless.
Yeah. But remember so what we always have to remember, Ma, even though it feels this big because we're watching it on TV and we see it every day and there's not a big budget, even though it's this big to us, to these people in Port Charles, to Lucy and to Maxie and to Sasha, their company is enormous. It just had an IPO. They are multi-millionaires. They just can't embarrass themselves like that on national TV and expect their company to still thrive. So they wanted to do something, but they just couldn't run up there and interrupt this broadcast until Brando did. That's how I see it, at least.
Brando did. I guess. You know how I am, though. I'm just ready to fight, you guys. When it comes to my family and friends,
I know. You just.
I'm ready to fight. I'm fight y'all. Right, and you know what else I loved about the whole scene too? You know who saw from afar, sitting next to her telephone and her television set?
Nina.
Who saw that her sweet daughter-in-law was going to crack and was not going to do well.
And called in and was like, I'm going to trust you. Yeah, that was totally Gladys's voice. And I don't know if everybody else picked up on that.
I loved it.
Yeah. That was
awesome.
And
he just kind of pulled her out of it. You know, if it wasn't for the stupid baby thingy, Sasha would have been all good. Yeah. And the reason why she would have been all good is because Gladys made her all good. Because she was starting to fall apart already.
She was.
She was starting to fall apart.
And sincerely, people, there are so people are going, so Sophia Madsen, wow, star of the week, performer of the week, soap opera digest or something like that, some soap opera weekly, I don't know what it is, star of the week, performance of the week, like just swept attention this week. She did, Sophia Madsen did. And that's awesome, and that's great, and it's wonderful, and I really look forward to seeing and hoping that turns into an Emmy for her next year, and this is just the beginning of great things. But there are still people out there who preface it going, I hate Sasha and Brando, but this was great. Mm-hmm. Sasha and Brando are boring, I don't care about them, but this was great. And I really feel as though that the people who did not invest themselves in Sasha and Brando when they were in love and excited and pregnant are really missing the other half of that we're experiencing right now with their relationship. Because you saw them happy honeymoon in love, Titanic recreation, having fun, like they were a really fun couple, and the scenes that they had with each other had a lot of magic and a lot of chemistry, and Gladys brought a lot of humor into it, and there was just so much to very quickly feel a lot of care and sympathy for. And we talked about it on the podcast before about how they were able to push their relationship behind the scenes through these little catch-up stuff in front of the camera and stuff. And I just personally always really liked it. And for the people who skipped over that or didn't pay attention to that or always just said, I don't care about this, are really, really, really missing out on why this is so incredibly impactful and how sad it is for Brando to sit in that hospital and say, yeah, you need to hold her for 72 hours.
Yeah. And she's crying for him and begging him as they wheel her away.
Just heartbreaking. This relationship and the story that they have told and the trauma that they have gone through has been probably some of the best written stuff on the show over the last 12 months.
Really good.
And they have taken it, all three of these actors. I'll call it the Brando Gladys Sasha story, because it's mostly theirs.
Yeah.
And they've really taken it and they have chewed it up into a million pieces and just swallowed it whole and just have made some really great daytime TV magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And choosing producers, writers, whatever, choosing to put a real baby in that baby holder and, show it through her eyes where she's cracking. If they'd have had her caress a baby doll, it had been, it wouldn't have.
Seeing it from that perspective, jumping into her delusion in that moment is key.
Made it so good.
Yeah, and I don't know who directed it, so Fido, if it was you, awesome. If not, thank you to whoever did it. Because even the camera angle that they chose, let's just get real nerdy with the cinematography with it. With the angle that they chose, where it was up, like from the baby face into Sasha, and she kind of had to look down, was such a weird, awkward way of taking a look at this character and seeing what she was experiencing that you felt, it just added to how uncomfortable you felt. And it looked wrong, so it felt wrong. Mm-hmm. And I was into it.
Yeah.
I was into it.
I mean, it was as soon as they took that baby holder out, I was like, no!
Yeah. And Sasha is just
Don't
broken.
Make her put that on.
Broken more than Elizabeth. She is a shattered woman, and drugs don't help.
Shattered with.
I'm glad that they found them immediately.
Ultimate grief. My gosh.
And that photographer got the pictures of her going freaky weird. And it was also on live TV.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Cynthia Watros.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's just peel everything away here. Let's just peel it all. Let's peel it all away. Let's talk about a person, Cynthia Watros, who comes into work. And she gets this page that says, Nina cries over what she just saw on television. Mm-hmm. These scenes were filmed at a different time. There's no guarantee that Cynthia Watros had the ability to be on set to watch this be filmed, to get the emotional beat and the sense of what this scene was all about.
The enormity of it, right?
Yes, yeah, and just the intensity and the depth of it. Now, I don't know because I'm not there. I don't know these people. I don't have a chance to ask. So I could preface it with, I could be way wrong. Maybe she was there and had it, or they filmed it and she said, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to assume, just based off of how I understand GH is done, that she did not see a lick of that before having to react to it. And to be able to pull that amount of emotionality and have that convincing scene with Maurice Bernard having no frame of reference at all other than Nina cries over Sasha. What a work. What a work of art. What an incredibly talented woman this person is, who understands her characters and who understands the relationships that she has with these people in such a way that she can pull out that reaction unprompted.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes. I agree with you. Cynthia in the office, just watching who she at one time thought was her daughter just crumble on a stage, being viewed by so many. So sad. Do you know what I saw one time? Thinking of things that happen on QVC every once in a while. I used to watch QVC quite a bit. I don't anymore. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it used to be my background noise sometimes. Anyway, I remember one year. You don't know what's going to happen on these sets. This dude, he had like one of those big old ladders, the kind that click, and you can make it super high. You can make it like this. You can make it like that. Whatever. Yeah. He fell off that sucker from about 20 feet on live TV. I was like, oh crap! I think he just killed himself. I don't know. It was so weird. And then they cut away real quick too.
Yeah.
That dude fell like a dummy from the top of a building. I mean, from that boom. He's crazy. Kind of like that. You never know what's going to happen on the QVC.
I remember that though. I remember the guy falling off the ladder and crap. Oh geez. Let's just. Oh my God. I mean, well, that'll be the next fun thing that happens. Then let's have Sasha fall off a ladder the next time she's at QVC. Oh gosh. So
I want somebody to get hit by the elevator door someday.
Like just like clipped on the butt on the way out, like embarrassingly. Like Scotty's like, screw this place.
Or like your skirt stuck in it or something.
Goes up, but then like, it sounds like something like Fido would come on the show and be like, hey, so like we had this idea to get somebody's skirt caught in the door, but then we couldn't do the rigging and it cost too much money to just pull this piece of fabric between the door, so we had to move on and we couldn't do it. That would be funny though. That would be funny. See, we I don't know, man. We need so much. What I need is like a 24-hour Port Charles General Hospital thing. You know, like Big Brother, where you can just log in at any time to see what's going on.
And did you catch this, Matthew? That iced tea was Fido's lemonade. Wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, Ma. Maybe.
Did you not think about
that? He said something about like what, looking out for the lemonade. Don't drink the lemonade.
Don't drink the lemonade.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Maybe it was. Maybe iced tea was lemonade.
Because I think that's Fido's speed right there. He's going to give you a tidbit, but not really.
But it's going to be a wrong one.
Yes, just like he did with Jack Cooper in the photo, right?
Oh gosh.
He couldn't tell us that. Yeah, he's going to show up. He couldn't tell us that.
No, of course not.
He couldn't tell us.
No.
Just like he couldn't tell us, hey, Valentin's going to try to, he's going to,
I know that, that's what I was going for, though, was watch out for the lemonade. I wasn't going for, so in 2.5 weeks, Sonny's going to propose to Nina. I wasn't looking forward to that. I wasn't looking for that. You know?
If you were looking for that, you wouldn't have asked.
Right, exactly. And I'm not looking for that. I want to be relatively surprised. Surprised. I mean, now that
but that's what I thought. That's what I thought when he put that in the iced tea. I said, "Oh, there's Fido's lemonade."
Well, I'm happy that it didn't go through, and I'm happy that Valentin thought better of his choices.
Yeah.
Makes me
well, I
happy.
don't know. Uncle Victor might do something to Laura. Was she going to wish she had some iced tea?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. You're sitting here asking me what's going to happen, and I'm telling you I don't know.
Frank Valentini, I tell you this for sure.
We know you're listening.
Will you let anybody kill Laura Weber Collins? You better kill that other character too.
Just it's got to be like a murder-suicide. It's got to be an explosion. It takes them both out.
No, you can't take out Laura ever.
No, it'll be fine.
Put her to sleep. Have her stand sitting in the window rocking forever. Whatever.
Woo!
You know, show us the back of it. Bless you, baby.
Thank you, Mama.
Let us watch her rock and look at the back of her head for a year. I don't care. Just don't kill her.
Oh, gosh. What are y'all doing to Laura? Nothing, Jacarius. We're leaving Laura alone, I promise you. We're not doing nothing to Laura. We're not manifesting a thing. Nah, she might get kidnapped, though. I think Maya might be right about that. She might get thrown into a trunk for a little while she films a Disney Villains of Valley View show like Valentin. I don't know.
Well, and the reason why I say that is because Uncle Victor's got to come up with a new plan now. Because his plan of having Valentin kill her with iced tea has fallen through.
That did not work out. What are we going to do now?
My boy, you've let me down.
You've let me down yet again, Valentin. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to let this stand. Nanny, fine. Clean up this mess.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to. I don't understand how can Uncle Victor be able to place this child in a boarding school where she really, being a prisoner. Well, he's not her legal guardian. How can he do that?
Because he is a man of masterful power. So spoilers are saying there, and they just won't, and this chat just will not let me not know this, because they said it about 80,000 times, that it looks like Laura will be taking off time pretty soon to go care for Leslie, as Leslie may be getting sick soon. Perhaps by Victor.
Oh my gosh. Better not touch a hair on Leslie's head either, you old bastard.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. I don't know. Because I don't write the show. I just react to it. I watch it, and then I respond to it, and I have thoughts and opinions and feelings. That's what I do. That's what I do here on the 10th floor for all you people. And then I do voices, and then the people who only listen to the audio still don't see what I do with my lips when I do a fin.
No, they don't. And did you notice? I noticed on the pool, I believe it was Drew swimming in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Cameron Matheson, you make 3 feet of water look really believable. He looked like he was swimming.
You made it more believable looking than Chase.
Oh yeah,
Chase was like flopping around.
Yeah, he looked like really swimming and really gliding on the water pretty good. And I know that, that thing is not very deep.
No, it's only 3 feet. 3 feet on an elevated set that Vito hates. We know. It's not deep. It's not deep. It's not deep. It's shallow. It's shallow like Shiloh.
Shallow like Shiloh.
Shiloh and Willow and Wiley's unborn baby brother or sister who's going to make Willow very sick. And only Nina's magic... maybe she'll need lizard DNA. I don't know what she'll need. Something. Only Nina's understanding that she's Willow's mother is going to let her survive. I don't know, Ma. I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, I think Willow is indeed going to be pregnant, but she got some illness as well.
She got some illness. She's a sick lady.
She's sick. She got something else going on. They're going to find out what it is.
It's the asbestos.
You think so?
Yeah. It's the asbestos in the pool house. The gatehouse, wherever she lives.
Speaking of houses.
The horse's house? The horse has a whole house, not a stable.
House. Holy smokes, the horse's house.
The horse has a stable. It has a house, not a stable.
That is, yeah.
He lives in the living room. He hangs out in the kitchen.
I've never seen such a bougie horse stall in my life.
Okay, I've got a couple of practical questions about this stable. How do they get the horse in and out of it? Is it behind the horse? Is there a gate behind the horse?
That's the impression I get, that there's an opening to the stable from behind the horse.
And what stops this horse from just walking around?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when he hears people in the actual house part, he comes up into the stall because he thinks he's going to get alfalfa or something. Horses aren't dumb. They don't even have to change the set at all to make it a little more believable. Mm-hmm. Just sprinkle a little hay around somewhere.
Just a little hay. Just a little bit. This is the cleanest horse of all time.
Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of hay.
And okay, so Kelly says that the horse is tied up.
Have a shovel somewhere.
Okay, and that's what I was going to. Kelly says the horse is tied up, which means that the horse is just pooping all over the inside of there. How can you really stand to be like, my morning cup of joe with the horse? Let's talk about ELQ. Can you be doing that with horse manure everywhere? No.
I wouldn't think so.
It's a weird choice. It is a weird choice. I don't know why they decided that was the stable instead of like just, I don't know, the guest house, the summer home, the boat house. I don't know.
I guess, they made it more elaborate because Cody's going to live there evidently, right?
I mean, I guess they need, why does Cody get his own set?
I know, right?
How long did it take for Curtis to get his own set?
Later on, when they choose to give Cody a partner of some kind, it's going to be their waka 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 kind of place, I guess.
Yes. Just in the horse manure? I mean, because that's just gross, Mother.
Well, they haven't depicted the place as gross. We decided it is.
Dolores, that's why they hired Cody, to clean up all that poop. You're right. He is in charge of the stable now. You're absolutely right.
And I love that little Leo calls him Cowboy Cody.
Cowboy Cody.
I like it.
Cowboy Cody has a lot of facts about horses. He can answer any of your questions. He's really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Charlotte, Otherworldly 2003 says, on Charlotte, my thought is Victor gained power of attorney while Valentin was being moved to his recovery and immediately moved her under father and mother being medically unfit to provide care for their child. Elaborate. Maybe Otherworldly. Maybe.
Oh, well,
To work in the system.
that's a great explanation. It makes some dang sense for a change.
Yeah. Valentin was out of commission and Lulu is in a coma. Only caring Uncle Victor is all this young girl has. Yes.
Lulu, girl, you better wake up.
I mean, I don't know. They keep on talking about her. Maybe
You
she
need to
will.
protect your daughter and evidently got to rescue your mom. At some
See,
point.
it's tough. It's tough bringing Lulu back. It is. It is tough bringing Lulu back because if it's not Julie Berman, people are gonna hate it. You know?
Well, I won't hate it. But I 100% prefer it be
Right.
Julie Berman.
The first Lulu, right? So
First
I don't know.
Lulu.
We'll see.
And the first Lulu was she just had a little different kind of intensity to her. She had a little badass Spencer going on.
Yeah. She was very Luke.
I love it when all those kids act like Luke.
I'm telling you. I mean, the stage is ripe for a big Weber Spencer, big web of them coming back. Let's bring on.
And you know what set I'd love to see?
Lucky Lulu.
The set I like that they don't use very often. I love the Haunted Star set.
Yeah.
I love it. I want them to use that again.
People keep on dying on that boat. Should they just sink it at this point? It is haunted by the ghosts of all who have been murdered inside.
Well, sure. And it used to belong to Helena. That was Helena's gift to Luke. The Haunted Star.
Oh,
I don't know why she did. I don't remember, but she did. Because Helena's biggest problem with Luke all along was she wanted him. And he didn't want her back too much.
Well.
And he couldn't. And, she had like lots and lots and lots of, I guess you'd call them concubines.
Consorts.
Yeah, she had a
so
lot
to
of them.
speak. Yeah, she boned every man that she ever met. And that's why Luke was such an antagonist, is because he didn't want.
And when you were a bodyguard for Helena, you knew that was part of your job. That was part of the description.
We haven't seen Yuri and Monica for a while. Maybe he's off doing bodyguardly duties.
Maybe, huh?
Actually, I heard that Leslie Charleston is considering maybe headed toward retiring.
Well, I agree, actually. And the only reason why I agree is because I love legacy characters and I don't want her to go anywhere. But the last few times I've seen her on screen, her mobility issues are large.
Yeah. She needs an Anna Lee chair at this point. I mean, I don't know her. I don't know her situation. I can't, say anything. We're in the public spotlight, Mom. We get in trouble for breathing. So I gotta say, I don't know her. I don't know her condition. All I can say is from what I have seen, it's harder. It's definitely more difficult for her to get around, for sure, 1,000%. And it's getting progressively more hard as time goes on.
Yes.
And it's been obvious. And you can see it. And then obviously she falls down too, because she comes with wrist injuries and such on a regular basis. And I want her safe, and I want her healthy, and I want her happy. I don't necessarily want her to retire, but I mean, maybe we can get just like how Lila was. Lila came in for those big moments. She come and bang her cane on the floor to be like, we need to unite as a family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She should use Lila's chair. Unfortunately, they don't have Lila's chair still.
We asked.
It sucks.
We asked about Lila's chair, and they said it's no longer on set.
Yeah. Leslie is 75. I mean, what an earned retirement if she does decide to go that way.
Let's say she's 75 years old.
That's what Kelly says.
I thought she was older than that.
Maybe she
I
is.
believe you, Kelly, but I thought, she was older than that.
I mean, she's kind of a last of that generation of characters, isn't she?
Pretty much.
I mean, Scotty kind of blends in a little bit, but he was young 20s Scotty while she was mid 30s Monica, right?
Yeah, she's always, she was part of the same generation as Scotty's parents.
Yeah.
Gail and Lee.
Right. So kind of the last one that's
Kind
really
of the
has
last
been on
one
there.
that we see on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Unless you want to add Miss Uncle Victor to that.
Eh.
Because he comes from that generation
But
as well.
was he on in the late 70s, Victor Cassadine? I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't, I don't think.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
he popped in and out. And, you know, he's always, and he was, of course, wasn't played by Charles at the time.
No, he was played by the other guy. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just how I feel about it. You know, and it's just kind of last of that generation of characters. So, maybe it is time. I don't know, it's not for me to say. It's not for me to say. And it's not for me to say I want it either, because I don't. I like Monica.
Yeah.
But, you know, where I really enjoyed Monica recently the most was kind of rebonding with Jason. And now that is out the window, there's just fun times with Yuri.
I've always liked her scenes with Drew, too, though.
Yeah. More so Billy Miller Drew. Leslie came on as Monica the same day that Elvis Presley died. And she's the second Monica.
That would be August 16th of 1977.
As you would remember from just watching the Elvis show movie.
And just from knowing, I know exactly what I was doing that day, too.
I don't know the date that Michael Jackson died, but I remember I was at work shipping things when I found out.
I was at work, too, when I found out.
Yuri should carry Monica around the room, from room to room, like the romantic hero he is. Can we just have, like, Fabio start playing Yuri? I think that'd be fun.
That'd be hilarious.
Is Fabio still sexy, or did he get all fat? I don't know. Not that fat's unsexy, just different than what he used to look like.
I have seen a recent photo of him. He looks quite different. He's recognizable, Fabio.
Yeah.
But he's an older gentleman now.
June 26, 2009. I've been to Graceland. Let's see. Victor was on in 80 or 81, so yeah, we can consider him kind of that generation. But since it isn't the same actor that originated Victor, it's still a different flavor of what I was trying to say. You know, Monica's been Monica for a long time. It's like if Alan was still on the show, if he was able to still be on the show, because we all know that he passed recently. But that's what I'm saying. You know, if Day was still on the show, which they ain't. Liz has been to Graceland. It's a lot smaller than you'd think.
I've heard that. I've heard that. I do want to go to Graceland someday. I would like to go. Yeah. It thrills me that my mother actually got to go.
Well,
she went to Graceland. So.
I was 7, says Chandra, when Elvis passed away. Fabio got hit in the face by a goose on a roller coaster. Didn't that happen? That didn't happen near us, did it? Did that happen in Great America or not? Is that just an urban legend?
Yeah, I don't know.
It could have been SeaWorld for all I know. Leslie, Laura's mom. Yuri should carry around. I met Leslie back in 2019. She's a very gracious and sweet lady, says Dolores. Michael Jackson died on June 26, 2009.
It's a long time ago now.
It's a long time ago.
Well, when Elvis died, I had just turned 16 6 days before.
Well, I guess that would make it easy to remember.
And we were moving into our rental house after Grandma won the Corvette and had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
We were moving into our rental house on the day that Elvis died.
Huh. Well, there we go. Well, there we go, folks.
Very, very, very.
A little personal connection to Elvis Presley all there. I don't know. I think we've exhausted talking about GH, Ma.
I think so.
I think we have. Well, folks.
I think so.
I think maybe it's time. I don't even know what time. I don't know how long we've been doing this. My little countdown timer that I usually watch. I haven't been looking at it.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Well, then it sounds like a perfect time to get our butts back
and
on that
that's always the time we want to get on the elevator. It's just automatically seems to be an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Fido even talked about an hour and 20-minute podcast. That sounds perfect. Anyway, people are already saying goodbye on chat. They're ready as well. So we're going to get the heck on out here. We're going to go on to the elevator. I should start saying this at the beginning of the podcast because that's what podcasters do and YouTubers do, but I haven't done it yet. But subscribe to the channel. Like an hour and 20 minutes into it, people who like us have already subscribed. People who don't really like us aren't going to hit the button because I didn't remind them because they're not watching.
They already jumped off.
They already jumped off. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe, go to our library of old audio podcasts you can find on all your podcasts, plus the current stuff too. I mean, I still upload them up there. Yeah. Help us. Like us. 5 stars, comments, subscribe, all that kind of nonsense. Check us out on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. And nothing to tease here. We'll see you next week. So go ahead and go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th floor.